Hello. Welcome back to Showbiz Sisters.
Your favourite weekly, with a couple of little exceptions, a few weeks off here and there.
We've been a bit busy.
We've been busy girls,
haven't
we, Bess?
We've been high-flying jetpack girls.
We've been blasting through the universe.
Mm-hmm.
We've been putting the world to rights, and we're not going to apologise for it. So you need to grow up.
Been on a little mission, haven't we?
But as I was saying, your favourite weekly chat and advice column, inspirational dialogue, and
spiritual healing
marketplace.
Robin Hood Productions.
So it's great to be back, and it's great to be sharing the seed of our knowledge with all of our hungry listeners.
Yeah, and let's face it,
you must be starved.
Let's face it, 98% of them are actresses, so they are starving.
They are starving, and I've been down that road, but lucky for me, as I've got older, my metabolism has just got so much quicker. So now I can eat whatever I want.
And you can eat bread again.
I can eat bread again. It doesn't make me burst into tears when I see it.
You don't literally expand triple
my size. My size. Yeah,
width.
My legs don't fit into trousers. If I eat a slice of bread, that doesn't happen anymore.
No,
because I've grown and I'm living my truth now. So bread doesn't scare me.
No, bread doesn't scare me either. Bread stopped scaring me a long time ago.
Good for you.
Yeah, I used to genuinely have nightmares about bread.
Mm-hmm. You would break out in hives. Yeah.
I had to get a night guard, a grinding thing. At first, it was because they thought I had a problem with just stress, general stress.
Yes.
But the dentist was able to diagnose it as fear of bread.
Fear of bread.
Actual fear
bread
of
tooth.
Bread
tooth.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to get it caught with a case of bread tooth. That can be that can be a silent killer.
I used to just dream in bread. Like all the people in the dreams would be just bread people.
Yes.
So there would just be a number of baguettes.
Yes. If I was going to fuck a type of bread, it would be a baguette. Obviously. Not for the phallic imagery that it connotes in one's head.
A baguette. When you see a girl going down the road with a baguette, you're like, well, she has fun.
She fucks. That's what I think. A girl with a baguette in her arm, she fucks.
She fucks hard.
She fucks hard and she fucks mean.
And she knows what she wants.
Because she's got a hard inside of her mouth. Because the outside of a baguette, especially if you've been leaving it out for a few days, my God, harder than the inside of a diamond. But you've got that soft interior, and that's what I like in a man. I like a hard, crunchy outside. Give me a little slap, fucking wake me up in the morning, but then a soft interior, gonna cry to me about their dreams.
Right. Let's move on now.
Let's move on. So
we've been all around London town.
Yeah, we have. So we do apologise for our break in programming, but Bessie and JJ, when we get on to something, when we find we're a dog with a chew toy. We find it difficult to let go. And we decided it was actually your idea. It was actually your idea, Bess.
It was spurred on, I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
By vengeance.
But what better
to be spurred on by than vengeance?
I don't think that there is a more compelling force in this world than vengeance.
I think I feel most alive when I am full of vengeance.
Me too.
And
I feel my healthiest. My thrush goes away and my eczema clears up, and that's when I'm full of vengeance because I'm healthiest.
Well, so it got to the point where the anger, jealousy, upset. It was brimming over. Like you could see it almost coming out my hairline.
Yeah, and your hats wouldn't fit for a while because your head got all lumpy because you were so bubbling up with the vengeance.
Well, so I had to make a decision. Like, what am I going to do with all this excess rage? Like, why do I feel like this? And I realised after speaking to you at length, it was because, rejection, that is part of the industry. You just get rejected, and that's okay.
Even beauty queens like us.
But it got to the point where it was just consuming me. I could not watch TV without throwing fruit at it.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. And the grapes, they were everywhere. They were scattered around your room. No wonder you were having a pest control problem.
We're definitely, and the ants had a great month with my vengeance. So yeah, I would sit there, watch films, watch TV shows that I'd maybe auditioned for, you had maybe auditioned for. I was angry on your behalf, and I would just throw fruit at the TV, just in anger. and upset. And I thought, I got to do something with this. I cannot keep buying fruit.
Yes, because it is full of sugar.
It's just full of sugar.
And I know you have a sweet tooth, but sometimes you need to learn how to,
just
shut it down.
Just didn't want to live like that anymore. So I thought, right, what we're going to do is we're going to go on a little tour. We're going to pack our Nissan Micra that we stole, and we're going to go around London town, and we're going to visit all the places we've auditioned, casting directors' homes mainly. Maybe it's, we've auditioned there, or we know where they live because we followed them a few times, whatever, doesn't matter. We're going to go and we're going to visit them, and we're just going to park outside, and we're going to see how they live.
Yeah. And what's interesting is that this started as me sort of being supportive, being a supportive sister, a colleague, friend.
Because you were a bit zen at that time.
I was very zen, and I thought, this is Bessie's journey. I actually have a lot of love and light in my heart. Because I'm so successful. So I'm just going to accompany her on this journey, and then, it's going to be interesting to see how she progresses. It wasn't until we were outside the casting director's office who wrongfully rejected me from Step Up 4, despite my skills in dancing, breakdancing especially, that I realised I had this feeling bubbling up inside of me, making me fizzy in my stomach. That I needed to let out some vengeance too. And so my, has it been the most wonderful few weeks.
It was just beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. I think that, and we did film the entire thing. It's going to be a documentary. We're trying to get distribution on Netflix. But we got snacks. We got baguettes.
We got baguettes, and we would mix it up. So depending on the type of wrongdoing that the particular casting director, actor, somebody who's wronged us had done, we would sort of invent like a witch's potion, a special concoction of things to ruin their day. So with one of them, we went through their bins.
Oh, that was a good day.
That was a good day. Ruffled up the bins, put on balaclavas, obviously, just in case they had a security camera.
Which they did.
Which they did.
They had fancy security.
Ruffled up their bins, chucked it all over their front lawn, and then placed lots and lots and lots of
Fake
chocolate
blood.
bar wrappers, Reese's Pieces in particularly.
Yeah, and fake blood.
All over their lawn to make them look like they're really greedy, and that they just
killed someone.
They killed someone and then ate loads of Reese's Pieces after, like a fucking crazy maniac. So that was one of my favourites. Bessie,
well, my favourite, I think. So I recently got rejected. I think the rejection that's hurt me most in my career, I'd say, for a new character appearing in Octonauts, which
I know is one of your favourites.
It's a beautiful show, underestimated. It's a children's show on CBBC, but it's not for children. Do not let your children watch it. It is terrifying.
Psychosexual overtones in Octonauts, I've always thought. So
I got rejected from a voice in that, a new character. And I had actually gone to the casting director's home in Clapham, and she had her house was, when I went for the initial audition, I did secretly take photos of all of her tiles. Her tiles were beautiful. The way she'd done her bathroom. I stole some soap, obviously. She had Aesop soap. Got to steal the Aesop soap if you go to a casting director's house. Come on. So I did take photos of her bathroom. She had a beautiful shower head. Like really, I even had a little shower.
That's nice.
Yeah,
refresh yourself
before the audition.
But before the room, they were asking you to come into their home so that you can spiritually prepare.
Yeah, so I thought
washing yourself is part of the process. If you don't have a shower in a casting director's home, you're not taking your job seriously.
And in retrospect, maybe going into the audition room, which was her living room, in the face mask, the collagen face mask that was just there,
and sopping wet hair, right, dripping onto the floor. Barefoot.
Maybe that was a mistake, but I am human.
Sorry for living a little. Sorry for taking a risk and performing your art. Do you have to apologise for that?
So I just thought, okay.
Octonauts is set underwater.
So exactly. Thank you. Thank you. And
sometimes they don't understand the subtext, these casting directors, and it's like, please get on board, get on the same wavelength as me.
And I had done my vocal warm-ups in the bathroom while I was in the shower. I did sing Leona Lewis's "Bleeding Love" a few times, and I did bring my Bluetooth speaker. So
my national anthem. Okay.
I had a great time. So maybe I was slightly annoying, whatever. But when I went into the audition room and I did my Octonaut speech, it was perfect. I know it was perfect. And I didn't get it. I did not get that job. So anyway.
I know it was perfect because you left your phone on recorder mode and you sent me the monologue that you did.
And yeah, I did add some bits.
I loved your auditions.
I added some flair.
That jazz scat routine that you had in the middle.
Thank you.
I loved the tap dancing routine that you decided to add midway through.
So it was upsetting. So I thought, okay, if we're going to do this tour, we're going to do it right. So when we went back to that house in Clapham, we parked the Nissan Micra outside. Micra, who cares? And I thought, okay, we're gonna go creative with this one. So what we did is we had some costumes.
Yeah.
We dressed as Elsa and Anna from Frozen.
Exactly.
And we went and we rang the doorbell. And she has one of those fancy, you can see who's at the door apps.
I bet she was a little bit flustered seeing two magical Disney princesses at her door.
Because we were spitting image to Elsa and Anna.
Spitting image.
So we just did not stop singing Let It Go.
No.
For about 2 hours. We eventually... Luckily, she wasn't in, was she? It was just the children.
Yeah,
and
it
they
was
were
just
having
her
a great
children.
time.
Yeah.
They were applauding us. It was like they were watching Frozen.
Yeah, and the nanny, she was shedding tears at one point.
Well, it turns out she's a fucking actress.
Yep.
So she had seen our work.
Very clever. You see, the thing is, she had a glint in her eye, and we gave each other a look, and as if to say, there's a reason I'm nannying this house, and it's so I can find out about the good auditions. And I thought to myself, well, that's a girl on my wavelength. Gave her my card, and we're having a business meeting next week.
Yeah,
because
she's going to come with us on one of the tours.
Because I think I could start a nanny network of undercover actresses where we infiltrate important people's homes through the childcare system. You know, it's a bit of a loophole.
Slowly, we'll poach all of Bubbles' clients.
And
set up your own one.
Set up our own one just for actresses, and the only people that can apply, directors and casting directors.
Yeah. Perfect. So the nanny liked us. Then we saw the casting director pull up in her Mercedes, obviously.
Yeah. Ugly, a red one.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Get some taste.
And we just didn't leave, did we? We sat on her front garden, and we just kept singing, and we chained ourselves to her rose bushes.
Yes.
And we just kept singing. And in the end, the casting director just was on her knees crying.
And begging us to stop, but also begging in a way for us to... Forgive her, really, and to replenish the joy that she's lost in becoming such a bitter old hag and being so nasty and disgusting.
And it proved that if you do hammer your talent home... If you do not stop singing Let It Go on the casting director's front garden rose bed.
And harassing their children, harassing the people that work for them, not leaving the premises, ruffling up their bins, going through their bins. If you really, really care about what you're doing, that you're eventually going to get an answer at knocking at that door. And yes, there's a restraining order against us now. And yes, we are not allowed to audition for any future Disney projects because we
don't want to anyway.
But that wasn't that's not the point. Don't get it twisted.
No.
We achieved our aims with our Vengeance tour.
We proved we honoured our talent.
We honoured our talent. And we proved a point, I think, which is that, take the power into your own hands. What have we been saying this whole time on this podcast? We've been doing it for years now. We have a devoted listenership.
That nanny is one of them.
And she's one of them. And that's part of the reason why she was so flustered when she realised who we were. But
big
just
fan.
follow your dreams and don't give up.
Don't give up and don't stop singing. Let it go.
And you know what's been really fun? It's given me my joie de vivre back. It's given me a spring in my step. I don't know about you, but from the way that you're dressed today, I can see that you've got a bit of joie de vivre.
Oh, yeah.
Because look at this lovely headband, scarf.
Stole it
Exactly.
from her house.
As you should.
This isn't actually a headscarf. It's a towel.
You see? So you got it from the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She had a bunch of them piled up next to the Aesop soap.
I once had an audition at a casting director's house where she had the entire bathroom was only lit by candles. There were about 30 candles in there. And I put my fingers in all of the different waxes and let them dry and then eventually plucked them off my fingers so that she has the imprints of my fingerprints in her home.
In her bathroom.
And I think that the pheromones that I would have sort of seeped into the wax remind her of me and more likely to get the job.
Absolutely. What a brilliant top tip.
Yeah.
We always are sharing the top tips
I
on this
do,
podcast.
and I try, and that's what I'm here for. That was my life purpose. Sorry.
So my other top tip is I'm not an animal person,
No.
obviously.
No.
They hate me. But I can...
And you hate them. And you
Well,
hate them. More importantly, you hate them.
I can act like an animal person. I read like an animal person when I'm not. So if they have an animal, the casting directors, and on the tour we did see that there are a lot of casting directors, they have animals.
They have cats, they have dogs.
They have birds.
They have birds.
And they have fish. And
No, go on, please. I'm so intrigued.
it's just because I did steal a few fish.
Yes,
And I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
Do you know what's also a great tip? Carry some catnip in your pockets. Very easy to obtain catnip. If anybody needs a contact, just shoot me an email.
Is catnip marijuana?
No, it's
Right.
basically a natural herb. It's an herbal remedy that it produces a sort of a cozy sort of trance-like effect in animals, and this works from small cats to big cats. You know, you put a fistful of catnip in a tiger's face, and he's going to be rolling around and he's going to be calling you Papa. So a great top tip, if you're going to a casting director's house where you know that they have animals, hide some catnip in your pockets. And these animals, they're going to go so wild around you that the casting director's going to think, my goodness, if she has this level of magnitude and force just around the animals, imagine her face on the big screen. So...
And I often think, if I had a cat,
Yes.
if I liked cats,
Yeah.
and my cat liked an actress I was considering for a role,
Yes.
it would be a shoo-in.
Yeah.
Be a shoo-in.
Exactly, because cats are better judges. They're honest. They're not dishonest in the
No.
way that most people can be.
No.
They know who they like, and they mark out their territory, and they piss and they say, this is my corner. And I really think that we could take some of that approach into our lives.
Yeah.
You know,
Be more cat.
Piss in the corner. This is my
Well,
corner.
we did in a few of the gardens.
Absolutely. It's all about pheromones. How
On
many times do
tour.
I have to repeat this? It's all about pheromones. Mark your territory. Say, this is my land. You're not going to get me out.
Absolutely.
And, you know, look at us now. Yes, we have a restraining order. Yes, we've been banned from several boroughs of London. But how was it to revisit our London?
And to reclaim that sense of self that we lost by their rejection of us.
Absolutely.
So I don't regret a thing.
No,
I don't regret a thing.
I don't regret a
and
thing.
actually, all of these top tips are going into our forthcoming book.
Yes,
that's
Bessie and
okay.
JJ's book of advice for
Survival tips for
the-
actresses.
The survival guide for actresses. It's going to be a bestseller, if I don't mind saying so myself.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
we also had a bit of a blast last night. We decided to treat ourselves,
we
didn't
did. We are slightly worse for wear because we had too many jellies.
Too many jellies. You know how I love a wibble wobble wibble wobble.
Yeah, I mean, we went to Bafta.
We went to...
It's not the BAFTAs.
No, but the funny thing was our invites did get lost in the post.
Yeah.
Which has happened before. It seems to happen every year. BAFTA, get it sorted out.
But it's okay because we bulk bought a number of tickets. So we
Because-
had a whole row to ourselves.
Because a lot of the laymen listening won't realise that as a public member of the public, you are entitled to buy a ticket to any BAFTA event, any British Broadcasting News event, as an audience member. Now, but this is the tricky thing. This is the naughty thing. If you know the way around the building, let's say you've bought the blueprint of the Royal Festival Hall beforehand, so you know the secret underground passage tunnels, you're going to be able to get from that audience pit member spot into some of the more VIP sections, especially if you have a few disguises under your sleeve.
Well, and we made friends years ago with a few of the security people who man Bafta.
Yeah. A blowjob
And-
goes a long way.
So we basically, we knew that we were going to get the row on the balcony. So we were overlooking where all the celebs
And the
are.
nominees.
The nominees.
The
specifically.
nominos, sorry, if
Yeah.
you don't mind me saying, because
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of them had a bit of a smirky look on their face. And it's
Well-
almost as if they were to say, we know that Bessie and JJ they should have been here.
So
They
we-
should have been here and they're not. And haha, I'm happy about it.
Well, we did have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
We did have a few nominees that we were...
Targeting.
We do like. We
Yeah.
like as people, but we thought
They
that
needed
their-
to be taken down a peg or two.
their performances weren't up to our level.
The thing is, with Kate, our friend Kate, you know, she she needed to be taken down a peg or two. And do you know what we thought would be a great practical joke? Because we used to do it all the time back in the day. We used to live. We were neighbours.
We can't say.
We were neighbours. We're good pals. Bessie, don't be afraid. We're good pals. And back in the day, we used to have a great summerly tradition of a water bomb contest, didn't we?
Yeah.
And one thing that Kate always loved about us was the fact that we have a strong arm. It's probably from our background.
As does she.
Oh, she's got a strong arm and she's got a strong calf. She knows how to kick.
Yeah.
It's probably from our background in sports, I would say, the reason why I've got such a strong throw.
Yeah.
So something that we used to do to josh around with each other is have a lovely summerly tradition of water bombing each other. And we thought, as a fun treat to our friend Kate on her big night and to her lovely, gorgeous daughter,
Maya.
On their big night, as a bit of a reminder about, remember your humble roots.
Remember how normal you are, Kate.
And remember how normal you are from the balcony to chuck a couple of water bombs down.
That we had written messages on.
Written messages. We'd written it on a bit of laminated paper.
Fuck you, Kate. No.
Fuck off. As a joke, she knows something because it's a secret code. She understands what we mean. The second that she would have seen that, she would have, 10 years ago, she would have been back in her memory in a lovely flashback. Squiggly lines, it would have been in her brain. So this was the plan, to water bomb Kate and her daughter. Just as a bit of fun, to give them something to talk about up on stage. But we had a little bit of an aiming issue, didn't we?
We did.
Bess?
We hit Anne-Marie Duff.
We did. And the thing is, she already looked frazzled. And I think that she was extra frazzled by the time she won her award.
So she had to have a quick blow dry before she went up on stage to
and it kind of made her hair... It sat in a bit of a strange way, partly because of the blow dry, because of the water bombs. And I felt a little guilty. But to be honestly, I'm sure that she appreciated it. I really think that she's somebody that looks like she has a sense of humour. But yes, we were ejected from the building.
But the water bombs did go down a treat.
They did.
And I don't regret anything.
No, but do you know what I really don't like is the fact that they edited out the huge standing ovation that we got, the whooping applause, and people there was a Mexican wave going around the theatre hall because I don't
think you can say Mexican wave anymore.
I think you can. I think I can, and I think I will. I think that's what it's called. It's a Mexican wave. Grow up. And they edited it out, and I don't know how they did it because obviously the show is done live, but it's almost like somebody at the BBC said, I think that if somebody's going to pull hijinks tonight, I think it's going to be those pesky Cube sisters. It's almost like they had it just in case somebody had edited a bit of audience reaction to fill in case we got up to hijinks again, because they knew that we would.
They were worried about stars going up for their acceptance speeches doing overtly political statements, weren't they? And actually what happened is they did do the political statements as we were doing the water bombing.
Yeah.
So what they had to do was cut the political statements.
Yeah.
They had to just basically cut the speeches quite short whilst they were tidying up the water. Yeah. And giving Anne-Marie Duff a blow dry.
Yeah. We got it all over the stage, didn't we?
Yeah. So I do feel a little bit guilty that the political statements didn't come through because of our water bombing. But at the same time, we gave everyone a laugh. They take it too seriously.
Nobody's watching the Baftas for that. Come on.
Yeah.
We're
so I don't regret it. And I do feel bad that we also thought it would be funny, which this was a bit bad.
Yeah.
We thought it would be funny to pour a tin of baked beans.
Yeah.
of the balcony as the memoriam.
Yes, for the Queen. Yeah. Do you know what? It was a case of what I like to call good old-fashioned bad timing. And
not just the Queen, it was all the actors who died.
All the actors who had died. And unfortunately, the baked beans did spill over a row of...
people who were quite affected.
People who were deeply affected, but also a bunch of child actors who started screaming and crying because they were temporarily blinded. But to be honest... This is what I'll always say. If you're in the media from a young age, it's good to be humbled every now and then. to remind you that danger can come from anywhere.
And actually, I think what might happen in the future is that this prank thing that we've got going on with award ceremonies, because we are planning the Oscars soon, aren't we?
Yes.
I think maybe they'll start employing us to do the water bombing, to do the baked beans, because it just takes everybody to a different sphere of, right, breathe.
Yeah.
It's not such a big deal if you lose the Oscar or you don't win the Bafta.
Why are we here in the first place? Let me think. Let's scratch my head. Why do we do performing in the first place? To have fun.
To play.
To play. To find the colours, to find the light, to find the joy. And sometimes I feel like these fuddy-duddy old events can forget it.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to remind them.
No.
Are you?
No, not anymore.
Are you?
Not anymore. Maybe next time we don't take baked beans, we do spaghetti.
Potentially.
Spaghetti hoops.
Spaghetti alphabet numbers, I think, would probably be the funniest. That would probably have the most comedy value.
Well, what we could be creative. And we could get all the letters in the spaghetti hoops for the specific initials of whoever actor we're targeting.
Mwah! Like art being created as I sit here, giving birth to great ideas, as always,
We're sorry,
Bessie.
Anne-Marie Duff. That's what we got to say.
We're sorry, Anne. We're sorry, Annie. Okay.
You still look great, and your speech was lovely.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And to be honest, I saw that cheeky glint in your eye, and I know you enjoyed it too. So, Kate, we're going to get you next time.
Yeah.
Don't you feel safe for a second, Kate.
Good old Kate.
Cheeky Kate.
Right. So I think that's enough top tips for today.
Definitely.
Thank you very much for listening, everybody.
Fantastic.
I feel quite low.
Me too. But
that's okay.
That's
life,
too.
isn't
That's
it?
life, yeah.
Let's go and fill some water bombs now. I've got some balloons downstairs.
Exactly. Let's go off the balcony and let's just make some people's days a little bit more wet.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening.
Sweet dreams.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye.